Wow, this is looking pretty good. Now I took the sponge, and this is a little bit different than waiting too long for the top layer to dry on regular tile, because the nooks and crannies are so different than regular tile. So I was getting kind of concerned. I should wipe some of this top area off, and I could use my scouring side. I rubbed on there a little bit, you know, kind of hard but soft at the same time, you know. That way when I got the top surface off, I could rinse that off and go with the yellow surface. And see, if I do it in circular motions, then around each tile it kind of gets it and blends it in. Had I left that concrete go too long, man, I'd have had a big huge mess on my hands. Okay. So I worked this a little bit up to this point, and now that I've got it kind of blended in like I want, and the top surface down a little bit, I can let this sit. And I worked it around the edges here, and now I can let that sit and let it dry more so, and then I can start rubbing on it and scouring out and taking a putty knife and scraping off any little bits on there. I can go around under here and wipe that off and get my scrub brush in there and my trowel and stuff. I don't want to do it now because I'm going to get it back on that. So I can kind of wait on that. In fact, I could probably get a little bit of it. My scouring side. You know, I guess I'll do that around the entire bowl as best I can, and then I can get the rest with the putty knife. In fact, I could probably do the putty knife now, trying to be careful not to gouge it in. Yeah, I guess I'll do that now. It'd be easier to do it now before that concrete residue dries, you know. Okay, so I'm going to work on that all the way around there, clean up around the edges. Then, and only then, can I let it dry. Man, now I see why the last person didn't do this down here. Because it's a lot of work. But you can do it.
That's what?
You can do it. Just get in there with your putty knife and your sponge. I guess that's why you got to get that edge as good as you can before it starts drying too much, because you see that's going to contour your grout right in there next to the sink and the adjoining rocks and all that. That's why if you got an uneven surface like this, you got to do a little bit of work before you let it dry too much on you, you know? When you read on the directions, it doesn't tell you to do it this way. That's why you're watching this video though, huh? Well, there you go. You thought it couldn't be done, but guess what? It's done. Well, the sponging anyways. I'm going to let this dry. There's a couple more steps I'm going to do after this, because there's going to get some efflorescence in there. What that is the concrete residue of the mortar. It's going to be over the top of these tiles. So or the rock. So once that's dry out of the way, I'm going to take some cheesecloth and I'm going to rub on there and wipe some of that off. Then I'm going to seal that. That's going to look good. Well, that's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos.